Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is Saturday, it is February 1st, and I'm back for an update. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much. It's been a while. It's been since December was my last video. January just kind of flew by for everybody, I think. I'm going to share with you what I've been working on. And I do want to say before I start the video, I usually like to get into what I've been working on right away, but Jean from the attic passed away just a couple of days ago. I didn't personally know her. I never been to the attic. It's on my bucket list. I do want to go there someday. It's on the West Coast. I live on the East Coast, so it's a long trip. She did YouTube videos of her store and sending out prayers and love to her family and friends. I felt like I knew her because I watched all her YouTube videos, and I think there's going to probably be hundreds of you just like that. You never met her, but you feel like you know her. She will never be forgotten. She has a huge legacy. So I just wanted to start that with a video reminder if you didn't know. Not everybody is on social media, and this is a beautiful picture of her. May she rest in peace in the heavens. I'm sure all those waiting for her greeted her with open arms. So let's get started. I'm going to be telling you what I've been working on. This year, if you didn't know, if you're new to my channel, I turned 60 in January, and I wanted to do some different things. I wanted to learn different things. I want to do different things, and that is why I am wearing my hat. This is crochet. I taught myself to crochet. It is needle and it is another kind of thread. I do love doing crochet. I found it very easy to do, but it really, the repetitive on my wrist did not like it. So I will not be continuing with the hobby, but I did make a whole bunch of hats for family and friends for next year for Christmas. So here is a purple one, and this one was done with organic cotton from Blue Sky. It's so soft. This is an aqua one, and another deeper aqua color, and of course I got my mustard color, which I love. I love wearing it. I have another one, a blue one inside that I wear. So that is, I taught myself crochet, and it was very fun to do. It was exciting. I did learn to knit too, but I did not like knitting. So my first love will always be cross stitch, but I did want to try other, needle and thread, other fibers to work with. So there are tons of YouTube videos that you could learn to do. So free. This was a free pattern online. You have to find what's best for you if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But it was a lot of fun. Now I'm going to show you what I've been working on as far as stitching. On my birthday, which is January 1st, I picked out this pattern to stitch. It's Blackbird Designs, and it's called the Summer Beginning 4th. I miss summer so much. I need summer. And in January I need summer. So I stitched this piece. I stitched it on 46 count raw Bristol linen, and I started that on my birthday. And as you can see, it's completely finished. I really like the colors. It is a much smaller count than the pattern required, but I do like it, and now I have to fully finish. So that was my first finish of the year, and that was to commemorate my 60th birthday, and I love the colors in it. So that is a fun piece. Listen, you can't go wrong with a Blackbird design at all. The next piece that I did, let's see, there's so many of them. We're going to do this one. I have been working on the Embroidery Stocking by Kathy Barrick, and this I started a couple of years ago. This is the only piece I never wrote down in my journal of when I started it, which is pretty rare for me, but I did stitch it on 32 count limestone jobeling, and I'm going to show you. I completely finished stitching it now, and it's a really, really big piece. It's long. Let's see if we can get it all in. It really is long. There are all the letters. As you can see, I put my name in there, Cindy DeRosa. I did change a couple things and all the way down to the letters. I did add buttons to the piece. I changed the color of the hair because I'm somewhat a blonde. I don't know what hair color I am, honestly, but I was a blonde all my life. I am growing out my hair. That's another thing I'm doing. I am not highlighting it no more, not dyeing it anymore. It is a darker, I actually got my first salon haircut in 4 years. The last time I had a haircut, I know, was March 6th of 2020. And I've been cutting it myself since, but during Christmas and New Year's, I actually went to the salon, got a cut, and she was like, "Oh no, you're a natural blonde." I'm like, "Well, it looks dark." She goes, "No, that's actually blonde." And I don't know if there's gray coming in or streaks coming in, so I don't know what I'll have, but I've been growing that out for 6 months. So at some point I will know what my real hair color is. And that's just something I wanted to change too. There's a lot of changes you make as you start new decades and you start thinking about things more. All right, so the next piece I did. All right, let me get this piece. And there's stuff all around. I'm sorry if I'm bending and moving, but it can only fit so much here. Now this piece is by Plum Street Samplers, and this is called Home for Christmas. There you go. And it says Welcome Home on it though, so that's why it always confuses me. Now this I'm doing on 32 count stone hedge jobeling, and this is by Coloring Cotton. And you can see I've got a good portion of it already done. I just have to finish the bottom. I really love the border on this piece. And I do want to say that the pumpkins in the pots, if you look on the pattern, if you could see it, it looks light blue. It is not. I was stitching it and then I looked at the picture. I'm like, why is this off? And when I looked at the colors on there, it looks like a light blue. These are not light blue. It is the called for color, but these are dyed threads. So different dye lots and stuff will give you a different, and I didn't think, listen, I like the colors in it. They're very neutral. I don't think a light blue would look good in there anyway, but I love the design and it's almost done. So hopefully soon this piece will be done. Very enjoyable. The border is beautiful on this piece. That is the favorite part of this piece for me. I love stitching houses, but the border, very different, more intricate and very pretty. The next piece that I was, I do want to say here, wait, hold on. I'm going to show you on this Home for Christmas, they show it in a bowl. And I was looking at the size of this and it is the count. It is way bigger than, this measures almost 7 inches across. That's big. That is not like a bowl size filler for me. For me, it's bigger. So I don't know how I'll finish it. I don't know if I will frame that. I don't think I'll make it a bowl. It's too big. It would take up the whole bowl. That's just how it came out for me. All right, so the next piece I have been working on, and I started this in December of 2023. That's by Modern Folk Embroidery. And it's called a Family Patchwork Sampler. And I'm doing this in DMC 930. And this is on 32 count French Rose by R&R, which I do love the fabric. And I thought I had stitched the next block, but I didn't. I only did a little bit in the middle with the flower, as you can see over here. This is what I added. And for some reason, I thought I had stitched the block and I didn't, so I started working on it. There's only a couple more blocks left on this piece. It's a beautiful piece. And I am looking forward to when it's done. And it's so pretty. It really is pretty. It'll be beautiful when it's done. I can't wait to get that one framed. The next piece that I worked on, it's a smaller piece, and Hands-On Designs, Kathy Haberman, every year releases a Valentine to commemorate her and her husband Bill's wedding anniversary and stuff like that. And I had stitched a bunch of them in the past, and then I'm like, oh, let me add one this year. So what I did, if you go to her blog, they're all listed there. They are downloads, they are free. So I'll put the link to her website. And this is called Let Love Grow. I added a little heart pin. And there is the cording I used. I do like it. And I did use like a minty green felt. I don't know, it just went better. Like I had the red and the pink and everything, but it just didn't look good when you're going to finish it. So that's what I did. And I stitched that on, it's by Weeks Dye Works. It's, here, let me see what, actually no, it was a color and cotton, 36 count, and it was called Marvelous. Not Marvelous, but Marvelous, because it is like a mauve color. But that is really pretty, and I like adding it to the bowl. I have like a doll bowl, and I'm going to show you. Now this is a heart-shaped bowl. Let me just put that in there. And you could see it's heart-shaped, and these are all of the other pieces that I stitched. I have some Snoopy things in there, and I'll show you what's in this bowl, but most of these are all of her free patterns. So look at that one. You Bring Peace to My Heart. That one. Love You More. This cute little Valentine's bowl here. Be Mine. You can see the, this is probably one of my favorites. Love Is Kind, and it is heart-shaped, and I really like the fabric and the little button. Love Is Kind. And these two minis, these were by Heartstring Sampler. He did a whole bunch of smalls, so I just did a couple of small pieces. So that's what sits in my heart bowl, and I have a couple of Snoopies are in there, and another Heartstring Sampler. These are tiny. These are quick little stitches, and you can finish them so many different ways. And I like it as a display. This bowl, here's another, I have a little bowl here. Now this pattern I know is by Stitching with the Housewives. It's really cute, and that's just how I finished it. That one's just Love. And then that's just the fabric I used to finish it. And some gingham hearts, and I just put them in this little metal tray, and it just sits on the shelf. Those are, I don't have a lot of big Valentine Valentine's pieces, more smalls and things like that. I don't have, like when you're putting the new decoration, you're like, oh, I don't have anything big. Just little small things. This card here, that card was actually a Christmas card. And I put it in a frame. Now, I got frames on sale for $2 or $3 a piece. And I'm gonna include another picture. Give me 1 second. Here we go, we got another. This is a winter scene, and there is glass, so that's the winter scene. This was a card sent to me from Lori from Once Upon a Stitch, and I really love the winter scene. So I put it in a frame, and I let it sit out on the mantle all January. I'm gonna include another picture right here. My friend is an artist. Oh, she's just phenomenal. She used to be a huge stitcher, and then she switched over to watercolor. And she does watercolor every year and then has them printed into cards. So it's like a print. And I put this in a frame. It's just beautiful. And that was out all winter too. I just switched everything up to like February decorations, but isn't that beautiful? Terry is so talented. So those are the things that I've been doing. Now, if you remember last year, I stitched 25 Christmas ornaments. They were for my great niece. And I'm gonna include a picture right here of how they decorated with them. They hung up like green garland, and then they hung all of the ornaments across the room on it so you could see them all. They have a small apartment, and that is a great idea. I might do like a garland next year and put my bigger Christmas ornaments on that and do some smaller Christmas ornaments for the tree, because the bigger ornaments on the tree are so heavy and they're long, and you know, I was just thinking about that. It was a great idea. So that gives you some ideas of how you can decorate with them. Just amazing. I was very happy that they did put it out, and you know, they could see it for all of December. Now there's February. This sits up on my mantle too. This is wordplay, and I still have a couple more months to do. I haven't done them. I really have to do those this year, but there's February, and that's up on the mantle. And then this is another one, and I'm just giving you ideas. Be Mine. This is definitely by Stitching with the Housewives. And I added a B button on the top, so it does hang and display there. So that gives you some ideas of what I've been working on and how I'm just decorating for February. I so want spring, but I know everybody wants spring. I think everybody's had it with winter by this time. And if you knew, I'm a huge gardener, so I'm just aching to get outside. And it's been so cold. It's probably one of the coldest winters I've experienced here where I live. It's been brutal. And this week it is supposed to get up into the 60s. So that'll be like summertime almost. I do want to mention I have been watching Jackie from Comfort Stitching. If you haven't seen her YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. Her channel is very different. She used to be, well, she's a designer artist. She has a lot of, her thought process is different. It's just a very different YouTube if you're looking for something different. And I'll put a link below of her channel so you could go over and give her a visit if you haven't seen her yet. I know Market is going to be coming up soon, so everybody gets excited for Market. That is what I've been working on. I hope everybody has been getting a lot of stitching time in. I have done a lot of stitching, and of course I've done a ton of crochet. And that actually, these go really quick. You can make a hat in a couple of days with crochet, and I'm working on 2 other hats, and then I'm going to put that away. But I had a lot of fun doing that. I hope that gives you some ideas. My videos here on YouTube. I started doing videos in 2017, so I've been doing them for a long time. I just like to inspire people to do your hobby at the pace you like. It doesn't have to be about buying a million things every week. I do cross stitch to relax. I do it because it's calming and soothing. I'm not in a race to get 1,000 pieces done. I'm not in a race to fill my whole house with samplers, and some people like that. Everybody has a different style. I just do different things that I like, and you have to find what you like in the space. There's so much to choose from, and I hope I just give you that little inspiration, everyone. I'm going to include some pictures here. My brother-in-law retired. He does cross stitch, and he said he was going to get back into it. He had done a couple pieces a couple of months ago, but I think he's going to be getting into a new routine with retirement. So I hope he gets back into it because he's really good. He's super talented, and he's done big pieces of cross stitch years ago. So he's just getting back into it. So it'll be exciting to see if he even designs his own pieces. He said he might do that. So you never know what we have coming down the pike. Until we meet again, everyone, I hope you have a lot of stitching time the next couple of weeks. And don't forget, spring is on its way. It is coming. Have a great day.